Hey everybody, my name is Paul Eston Jr., aka Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/slash BoyGreen25. Make sure you like the video, hit subscribe down below for more juicy New York Jets content. Speaking of below, you guys can follow along in the article down below because Aaron Rodgers has broke his silence. We have not heard from Aaron Rodgers since he joined the Pat McAfee show and said, I intend to play for the New York Jets. That still gives that warm, tingly feeling inside my body. So man, I still can't even believe we almost have to rewatch that video just to get that feeling again. It's been a month ago is the last time Aaron Rodgers spoke. But now we've heard from Aaron Rodgers through a different guy on the same show. Again, follow along in the article down below, and you guys can get the juicy details with me here. Mike Greenberg of ESPN joined the Pat McAfee show yesterday on April 11th. And, Pat McAfee, AJ Hawk, and Greenberg were talking about this delay that's been happening, obviously, in the Jets Packers trade negotiations. And apparently, Mike Greenberg has heard some things. Here's the quote. Quote, I can tell you what I've heard. I've heard that Aaron Rodgers has sent signals to the Jets that there is no reason for them to rush, that he's not coming until May anyway, so they're not missing out on anything right now. So they should hold out as long as it takes, and that ultimately they won't wind up having to trade the number 13 pick in the draft, which is what I think this ultimately comes down to. I'll give you another quote in a second, but it appears that Aaron Rodgers has, quote unquote, sent signals to the New York Jets a la Mel Gibson. Hold, hold. Whoa, like read it in. Whoa, Nelly. Whoa, Nancy. Hold. The Jets. Again, for us fans, it's a very tantalizing, possibility to land Aaron friggin' Rodgers, future Pro Football Hall of Famer, 4-time NFL MVP, not one, not two, not three, four-time NFL MVP. So it's very tantalizing for us if we had a big red button in our office like the owner and just slam it, trade for Aaron Rodgers now. That's tantalizing and tempting, of course, because I'm sure there's a lot of Jet fans who want to get this done ASAP. But again, the classic Aaron Rodgers preaching patience and preaching relax, baby. First off, I ain't coming anyway, apparently, according to Mike Greenberg. And by the way, those practices start in earnest around like May 18th range. That's the off-season training activities where you're actually going through workouts and stuff. Technically, Monday, April 17th is when the Jets just meet up. Those are all the voluntary workouts. Apparently, according to Greenberg, Aaron Rodgers ain't coming to that anyway, so there's no rush to trade for me now. And obviously, it behooves Aaron Rodgers to be traded for as little as possible. The Packers know, the Rodgers knows, and the Jets know Aaron Rodgers will be a member of the Jets. It's just about getting to that point. So again, getting back to what I just said, it behooves Aaron Rodgers to be traded for as little as possible, muy pequeño, because if he's traded for a lot of assets, then all of a sudden the great roster Aaron Rodgers is going to has somehow been weakened either by draft picks or players or what have you. So Aaron Rodgers is like, F that. I want to go for as little as possible. Again, he's not getting traded for like a conditional seventh, so there has to be this gray area in between. But as far as Aaron Rodgers is concerned, hey, baby, hold out, especially just even talking about this, we're not talking about June, July. I'm just saying if it goes till after the draft, obviously the Jets will be able to use 13, 42, 43, and all the 3 top 45 picks all of a sudden that are expected to be impact starters immediately go to the Jets. And this trade is still going to happen after the draft if that occurs. And Green Bay is going to get picks in 2024. By the way, I dare you. I triple dog dare you. You want to wait? Wait. Hold, as Aaron Rodgers tells the New York Jets, and it's a strong and very loud message. Don't trade for me now. And again, it would be very easy for Aaron Rodgers on his side to get antsy. Let's move this thing. Let's get me over there. But you know what? He has sent a message to the New York Jets that, baby, hold up. I ain't in a rush to go anywhere. And there's another message that Aaron Rodgers sent, apparently, that, our good old buddy Mike Greenberg is caught up on. Here's this. Quote, I think this is all about the Jets wanting to draft an offensive tackle at 13 and Aaron Rodgers wanting them to draft an offensive tackle at 13. I would want that too if I was Aaron Rodgers. The Jets will just hold out until the draft, and they think the Packers will eventually say we'll take slightly less than we want because we want pieces to put around or in front of Jordan Love this year, not wait until next year, end quote. All right, so number one message from Aaron Rodgers. hold the friggin' phone, baby. Don't be rushing to get me and sending all kinds of assets. Just hold. It's going to work out. The Packers will eventually bend the knee if we're going Game of Thrones style. To be honest, they will. They have to pay that $59 million option. The Jets are saving them from the dumbass contract they gave Aaron Rodgers. So while the Jets are getting a great quarterback, eventually, in theory, the Packers are the one that gave this dumbass contract, man, all this dumb money around and this floating option that everyone's like, oh, wow, that's so impressive. Okay, are you going to pay $59 million if the Jets don't come save today to be the backup? No. Are you going to pay that to be the starter? Then what does Jordan Love say, who you've publicly dubbed the next guy? Awkward. Awkward. And damn right it is. So 100%. The pressure is on the Green Bay Packers. Now, you could say, well, are the Jets going to go in with Zach Wilson on the season? Well, they'll do whatever it takes because they know that the Packers will not have Aaron Rodgers. It is a little bit of a game of chicken, but they know how this will ultimately play out. And then going quickly to the offensive line, Doug, as we give you this quick little video update here on a Wednesday morning. And the other update is Aaron Rodgers wants offensive linemen, which, by the way, is great. I think, personally, that there's a chance for this offensive line is currently constructed to be pretty good for the New York Jets. All of them have questions. Dwayne Brown's old. Mekhi Becton's played 48 snaps the last 2 years. Max Mitchell with the blood clots. Laken Tomlinson coming off a rough year. No center to speak of at this current moment. Elijah Tucker coming off the torn tricep. There's a lot of questions with guys. But again, as a glass half full guy, I see that this offensive line is a real good chance to be really good. However, it doesn't hurt to invest in the offensive line. Remember, we talked about forever the gap of time between 2006 and 2020. The Jets didn't use one gosh darn first-round pick on an offensive lineman in between those times. At 2006, of course, they double-dipped with the legendary DeBrickashaw Ferguson, Nick Mangold, and then they didn't do it all the way till 2020 when they drafted Mekhi Becton. You should not be going 14 gosh darn years without investing premium assets into the offensive line. So I got no problem. If you want to invest in the offensive line, you want to build a big ass wall in front of Aaron Rodgers, God bless. Hey, I'm all about it. Because here's the thing. If you bring in Aaron Rodgers in here, the greatest, most decorated quarterback of all time in Jets history, shout out to Joe Namath, but the most decorated guy, 4-time NFL MVP, if it fails, it can't fail. It absolutely cannot fail because you couldn't protect Aaron Rodgers. I would never forgive the Jets for the rest of my life. If we get Aaron Rodgers for 1 year, 2 years, it doesn't matter. And the reason it all folded was the offensive line sucked. That can't happen. The Jets, if it's going to fail, it has to be some other wacky reason. There was too many good teams in the AFC. Something on defense, something. But the offense has to be locked in. That has to be a given. So, again, if you want to give offense alignment, great. Somehow, with injuries in the NFL and this being a brutal game, especially when 300-pound guys are just slamming into each other on a play-to-play basis, you want to grab a first-round offensive lineman, I'm sure he'll find his way on the field. So nothing wrong with that. Aaron Rodgers says it. Jets say it. Hey, mi casa, su casa. We're on the same page, baby. We're on the same gosh darn page. So, Jet fans, I know there hasn't been any great updates, but you just got one from Aaron Rodgers. Hold, baby. Hold on tight. The NFL draft is 15 days away. It's right around the corner. It's coming. It's coming, baby. And we'll be here for it. And I can't wait. It's going to be absolutely freaking electric. And Aaron Rodgers, that message is right. Again, channeling Mel Gibson here. Hold. That's the key. Speaking of another key, make sure you like the video, hit subscribe down below. Also, feel free to check out the full article down below where I get into this in a bit more detail for Heavy on Jets, baby. And always appreciate, again, we're in the chase for 5,000 subscribers. Help us, tell a friend, do anything you can. That kind of support always helps the show. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time.